Greetings, everybody. This is Andrew Wayne. I hope everyone's having an amazing day today. To start out with, I do owe everybody an apology. It's been about 2 weeks since I've released my latest video, but there's been a very good reason for that. I've been grinding skills, disc, and stats to get up to level 2 missions. I have just recently reached that point, and as you can see before us, we have our latest ship. We are looking at the MOA. Now, the MOA is a Caldari Tier 1 cruiser, and it was designed as an all-out combat ship, and its heavy armament allows the MOA to tackle almost anything that floats in space. In contrast to its nemesis, the Thorax, the MOA is most effective at long range, where its railguns can rain death upon foes. And that's what we're going to start out with. We're going to start out each combat as a sniper, so long-range sniper. And then as we kill off the bad guys, and then we could move in closer. The ship's characteristics uses medium modules. It's a combat hull, uses hybrid turrets, and it's spec for shields. This is a shield tank ship, so you want to make sure you spec for shields because of the Caldari cruiser bonuses, which is 5% bonus to medium hybrid turret per level and 4% bonus to alt shield resistance per level. I just recently skilled into this ship, so I'm still skilling up, but I am at currently level 2 on both of them, so I get a 10% bonus damage, 4% bonus shield resist, and I'm currently training to level 3. Take a look at the build. Let's simulate it. Now, as you can see right now, let's go ahead and turn that off. That off. Normally, EM damage resist is 0. It doesn't exist, so you have to try to plug that hole, so to speak. So with our Caldari bonuses for the ship, we're actually starting out with an 8% EM damage resistance. So that's still not much, but we want to plug that. So with the Combat EM Shield Hardener and the Thermal Shield Hardener, that bumps that up to 52, which is roughly equal to everybody else. Where I got this build was in the in-game chat build channel. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to chat, you're going to click the plus sign, open chat window, you're going to go to player channels, and then you're going to see join beginner fits. If you look down under cruiser, you're going to see MOA. If you click that, it will show you a beginner build, a beginner friendly build. Now of course you can bling this out as much as you want, but if you're looking at the beginner build and you hit simulate, it will simulate the build, and in the top left hand corner where it says MOA, if you had any issues where you couldn't fit something, you couldn't run something, you didn't have the skills for it, it would let you know here. In the bottom right hand corner it has the estimated price. Now that's not exact. I think when I bought this yesterday it actually came out to 24 million. Let's take a look if we were to open multi-buy. And I'm in Jita, so these are actually going to be fairly competitive pricings. Yeah, 25.5 million. So that's almost 2 million more than the estimated. But these prices change. These are live pricing, so they change constantly. But this is the build we go with, so we're plugging our EM damage. We have a passive compact shield extender, we've got a Webifier, we've got a 10 MN that meganewton or micronewton, meganewton monopropellant enduring afterburner. We're running 2 type D restrained shield power relays. We've got 2 magnetic field stabilizers. And the rigs, we've got medium core defender field purgers. And then for weapons, we have the 200mm Prototype Gauss Gun, and I have it loaded currently in simulation. I currently have it loaded with lead, which would let me reach out to 36 kilometers to kite, but when they get into within 12, switch over to the antimatter, which that there's 12 to 24, and I think the lead is 24 to 38 or 25 to 36, so it's pretty close. So if I'm distance, lead does less damage, but it fires further out. One thing you want to be aware of is your capacitor. My last build was cap stable. This is not. It's not really an issue. If we were running everything, we'd run out in about 7 minutes. However, I'm not constantly going to be running, let's simulate, I'm not going to constantly be running the Webifier unless a frigate gets close. So if that's not running, we've got 7 minutes and 40 seconds. I only run the shield hardeners as I need them. So if I do not have the shield hardener running, I get 35 minutes. That's half hour. That's more than enough. If you want to turn off the Afterburner, you're stable. Just make sure you're aware of what you're running and watch your capacitor, because if you're running everything, it's not going to be stable. So basically, I can turn off the Webifier and the Afterburner and be stable. But if I turn on the Afterburner, we're down to just short of 7 minutes. So let's go ahead, go over to our level 2 mission giver, the giver of the missions, and let's see how it works out. Okay, we've just moved to our mission hub. We're going to talk to Anno, I believe is the name, is level 2 security. I have done a couple of missions for him last night just to make sure this would work, but we'll reach out to him, see what he's got for us. This says technological secrets 1 of 3. Aldari Navy surveillance spotted a small team of Purger mercenaries, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. Probably up to no good. They're wanted men and need to be taken care of. I would ask you to bring them in for trial, but that really isn't necessary. The exception being their captain. I want him taken alive and brought to me. We'd like to figure out exactly what they're up to. So basically the objective is to kill everything and bring in the captain. Destroy the Purger mercenaries, wait there for their reinforcements. When all the reinforcements have been destroyed, along with their captain, make sure you capture at least 1 survivor. We're going to get 126,000 ISK, which is not the norm for these missions. All the missions I did yesterday were, 30, 40, 50,000 ISK. So this is probably going to be a little bit tougher one. So 126,000 ISK, 199 loyalty points, and if I can finish it within 2 hours, I get 110,000 ISK. So we're going to accept. Close. Now you see right now it should have given me an undock point. If you get to that point where it's not telling you where you need to go back to the mission. You see where it says untrack the mission, and retrack it. And then there it goes. Now it's giving us what we need. So this would tell us where to it gives us the ability to undock, to set our destination, or warp to wherever we need to warp to. And if that's missing and you can't tell what you need to do, just untrack it and retrack it. So in this case, we're going to set our destination. We're going to that name that I cannot pronounce. We're going to jump. That's a pretty cool little ship behind us, the Praxis. I have it on my main. I love that little ship. It is a tank, but it's slow as paint drying. I have 5 guns and I have it in 2 sections right now. I just go ahead and use both. I also have 2 drones. Not really using them. I'll use them on the frigates. They don't just do a whole lot of damage. I could use the warp drive, micro warp drive, to get some range on these, but I'm not too worried about it at the moment. Go ahead and reload all. As you can see, it's tanking it pretty good. It's barely into shields. What little I tried yesterday never made it all the way through shields. Alright, let's start picking up. Now each of these mercenaries should have a bounty on them as well, so not only will you get the reward for the missions, you'll get any bounty. And I am a loot goblin, I freely admit that, and so I take the time to loot everything. Let's see if any more show up though while we're picking up. A little tip for looting cargo is if you just highlight the ship, highlight the box, when it comes up, you don't take the time to choose what you want. Just hit enter and it will just automatically load everything into your cargo. Oh, more have arrived. So this group is a little tougher. Gone ahead and dropped the drones. Every little bit helps at this point. Well, that was exciting, and that round was a little bit tougher than the other two. But as you can see, it never really made it through shields. I never used my shield modules. We could, I believe, yeah, we're done. We've got the mercenary pilot. We could turn the mission in. I personally like to loot. Whether you do or not is entirely up to you. As a beginner or a new character, I would recommend that you do so. You would be surprised at how much you get looting. Yesterday I picked up a pilot's tag worth 8 million. So that one little tag was worth 8 million. I got quite a few modules that I've kept that are usable to me, and I've sold everything else. Coming up on the last cargo. Loot it. Close it. We are done. Set destination. Turn off the micro warp drive. We don't need. Go to locations. And then go back to base and turn it in. Didn't take us long. We killed quite a few bad guys that never went through shields. It's not quick, but we made, I think it's going to be 200,000 in ISK for the mission, and we've got another 100,000 in loot, and I have no idea what we're going to get in bounties. But all in all, it was a successful mission in our MOA for level 2 missions. Okay, so we're back at our mission hub. We're going to start conversation. Now remember, we got 200,000 in rewards. Picked up another 100,000 in loot, and there's no telling how much we're going to get for bounties.